Leona Maguire is with us now at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. Leona, even par today, what'd you do well out there?
Stayed very patient, I think. Obviously didn't get off to the best of starts, but accepted that everybody was going to make mistakes today, and at least I got mine out of the way early and didn't feel like I had done a whole lot wrong to be 3 over through 5. And just stayed patient, tried to hit as many fairways, as many greens as I could, and made a really nice birdie on 7, and that kind of got the ball rolling, and a few really key up and downs to keep the momentum going on 11 and 14, and then nice to birdie 17 coming in.
Juan?
Are you feeling that your game is coming back together, and no better place than a major for that, though, in a way?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been actually playing really well for 4 or 5 weeks now. I've been sort of telling my team and everybody I'm playing better than I'm scoring, and I feel like this week it's kind of come together a bit nicer, and I like hard golf courses. I always have. I like the challenge, and this one is a challenge for sure, and it's nice to be able to execute the shots the way I want to.
So how do you embrace the conditions, the setup, what it means to play a major like this? No?
I think you just have to embrace it for the challenge that it is. It's going to be hard for everybody. It's nice that it's not like a British Open, that there's girls going out flat cam in the morning and then getting up in the afternoon. It's pretty much the same for everybody. Maybe the greens are a bit softer in the morning, that's all. But I grew up in Ireland. I grew up in the wind. You just have to, like I said, embrace the challenge, that knowing that you're going to have to aim 20 yards right for the ball to come back, or hold it up if you want to, and you just have to be that little bit more creative. And I mean, it's a major. It's supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
What was the most creative shot you had to hit in the last few days with the wind?
I mean, on Thursday we stood on the 8th tee and we were like, how do we keep this ball on the green? That was the strategy, and I hit a 6 hybrid that I was too much club, but I cut it so much that it actually stayed on the green and held the green, and I was quite proud of that. And there's been plenty of shots. It really requires all of your attention all day, and that's exactly what a major does. You can't switch off for a second, and you just have to be very careful of angles and shot shape and things like that. So it's demanding, but you have to. There's certain shots that you're standing over, and you could hit it 3 different ways if you really wanted to, and I feel like me and my caddy did a really good job at talking through certain shots and just really committing to the shots that we picked.
Go ahead.
How close are playing conditions and architecture to what you're used to back home in Ireland?
I mean, I grew up in rural countryside, so generally it's not that windy. I didn't grow up on links. I obviously played a lot of tournaments on links, but not every day on links. Architecture, not really similar at all. I mean, these fairways are quite a bit wider. We don't have Bermuda grass in Ireland. We don't have grainy greens in Ireland. So in terms of architecture-wise, not similar at all. But people have been asking me what it reminds me of. The closest I can think of is the Olympic course that Gil designed in Rio. It was a little bit windy down there as well, and looks linksy but doesn't play linksy, I guess. But yeah.
So it doesn't demand the link-style shots that you're used to back in Ireland?
I think some of them do. Some of the shorter, like wedge shots, flighted wedge shots, and some shots, but you can't run it up the way you can on links. Some of those raised, elevated greens, there's a bank of Bermuda rough in front, or a ginormous bunker, so you can't run them up. So there's not the bump and runs and things like that you would get on links, but there is some of the wind shots, deciding whether to ride the wind or hold it up into wind, and those sort of decisions.
Thank you.
The front 9 was taking a little over 3 hours to play. Is there anything that you think can be done to help pace of play?
I mean, it's hard. There's a lot of decisions to be made. It's just a bottleneck when it gets to 7, 8, 9. And I don't know if there's really much. I mean, we were calling up on 7. Yeah, we called up on 7, but I don't think they were early in the day, so they could have maybe started that earlier. But yeah, seven's a demanding one, even if you're 20 yards to the green. I mean, I had a 36-yard pitch shot today, and it's not quite sure if you can stop it on the green. So it's just going to take more time than a normal shot. And same 8 is a very demanding tee shot. 9, if you have people going for the green, it just takes time, and it just gets a little bit of a bottleneck. But I felt like it opened up a little bit after that, and but yeah, you have the wind and you have the conditions, it just takes that bit longer.
Amy?
Leona, it's not just one challenge. There's so many with the heat and the wind, and then obviously the course being difficult. How does this setup, just everything you're facing here this week, compare to some of the others? Is there anything quite like it that you can think of that you've dealt with this many challenges?
I mean, it's a major. This is a little bit more how I thought Erin Hills would play, but we didn't get the weather in Erin Hills that I kind of thought we would. If we'd have got wind in Erin Hills, I think it would have played very similar. Yeah, I mean, the wind is a bit like what I remember the final round being like in Muirfield a few years ago at the British Open. That you just have to be very disciplined and execute your shots, which I don't have a problem with in a major championship.
Jim, do you have anything?
I'm good.
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 All right.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for your time, Leona.
Very good.